Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Oh man. I'm on my own solo episode. As in like Nana's not here. I'm on my solo shit. As we're both wearing Star Wars shirts.
Yes.
This wasn't on purpose.
It really wasn't.
It was. I saw you wearing your Star Wars video. I'm like, okay, I can't let him one up me.
Hey man.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here, man.
No problem.
As you reminded me earlier, it's been a minute since we've seen each other, which I didn't believe, but
It's been a while.
yeah. How you been? You got a promotion and you're bartending now.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many days a week?
How many days away?
Days a week.
Oh, days a week.
Yeah.
For now, two.
Okay.
Two. Yeah, because I'm getting those like odd shifts, like that service well in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So I do that, and
Are you getting the days that other people don't want?
basically, but I don't mind it.
That's good practice.
Yeah.
That's kind of where you learn like your style of bartending, your flow, and just
And it's not a lot of people, so
Yeah.
it's like it's a small management of people that gets to like know them. I get to do all this stuff. And all
yeah.
that.
You get to
So
do
it's-
like
it's pretty cool.
getting to know people instead of just
Yeah.
being like, what can I get you? What can I get you? What can I get you? It's like, hey, how you been? How you doing? This and that. Oh, you like this? I like this. Try this cocktail. And you get to experiment a little bit and just find your own style of bartending, which is great. Which a lot of people, or at least for me, I found when I was working like in a dive bar, or sports bar. I've said this before. Like I feel like that's the best way to start because you kind of learn about yourself, how you can be a bartender and stuff. So, but the place you're in and the environment it's in, I mean, that's a good start as far as the what's the word I'm looking for? Like, not many people get to start there, and that what is the word?
That's
I don't want to say like fine dining, high end, but like in that realm, like that's a lot of people don't get to start there.
Yeah.
They usually bar back there or bus and then are bartending at a dive bar. So I think you have a really solid opportunity to be in that environment as far as like your first bartending job. This is your first bartending
Yeah,
job,
that's
right?
my first.
Okay. I'll get a little closer to the mic too as we talk.
Yeah.
You're
Sorry,
just,
sorry.
I mean, if you want to grab it, you can grab it. That's what I'm doing. I'm grabbing it. So if you want to grab it, yeah,
Yeah,
you got space. So I'm happy for you. So I think there's a lot for you to learn, and yeah, it's a great place to start, and you can only move up from there. So anywhere you go after that, I mean, you're gonna take that level of service and go somewhere else and kill it and crush it, But
honestly, that place is just I don't want to say you get fine people.
yeah,
But you get a certain kind of people.
yeah, you.
And that's something I'm starting to get used to, and I'll tell you this much, you and Fernando taught me a lot to how to deal with these kind of customers and do all that shit. To this day, even though y'all are not there anymore, I'm just like, yo, just be patient, take it easy, let's move on.
Yeah, I'm glad.
I could swear, dude, something now that I'm like, those bartending shifts I get, I'd be doing something and then something annoys me and I've seen how you reacted or how Nando reacted and all that shit, and I'm just like, come on, I gotta be cool, I gotta be
Keep
collective.
it cool.
I was like, fuck, dude, it's
So how do
something
you
else.
how do you like bartending so far?
It's fun. Like
Better than bar backing? Do you prefer one or the other?
way better than bar backing.
Yeah.
Because I guess the way I felt there, I'm not too sure how it would be at another restaurant
Mhm.
or at another bar or at any other fucking place. But the thing is that for sure is an experience because I feel like I'm a lapdog there.
Okay.
So it's like, I need this, I need that. And I'm like, yeah, I'll get it for you, no problem. So like now that I'm a bartender, as fucked up as it sounds, it feels great. On the other end, like, yo, I cannot explain it. Just seeing my bar back knowing that I need something. It may sound like an asshole, but yo, I'm finally on the other side.
Yeah.
And
I'm the captain now.
yeah, basically yes. Dude,
I
it's
love
so
that.
much
I
fun.
love that.
It's so much fun.
So now that you're bartending and you watch all of our episodes and stuff and some of the things we brought up, do you kind of see like what we mean now as far as like I don't know, people asking you to make a mojito when it's fucking a rush or
Honestly,
shit, I don't know what
the worst thing I've gotten so far, just to go off of what you're saying, is I had a full bar, guests there, everything. Like, I'm trying to crank out tickets too, I'm trying to do this, and this lady comes up to me and tells me, can you make a paper plane? And I'm just like, fuck. I know this, but honestly I don't. I could try to figure it out for you if you want me to, if you really need it. And she's like, okay, yeah, sure. And then give me this glass of Prosecco. I'm just like, fuck, I still have like 4 other people that are like going up in this. Like, there's a whole other thing. Like, oh God.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of it, I guess she realized that I was kind of like stressed out because it's like you're just asking me for this specific cocktail. That's for one, not even on our cocktail list.
Yeah.
And
it's a classic, so they're just like.
Yeah, and not just that. It's like I'm still new at this.
Yeah.
So I have to legitimately tell these people like I can't make that. So there are moments, and I think when she finally saw that in my face, she's like, all right, just give me a martini.
And some people will be like, oh, okay, you know, they, like, you could tell them, like, hey, I just started bartending, so I'm still learning. Some people will take that and appreciate the blunt honesty and the way you deliver it. And some people will be like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, I don't know, man. I work here. They need people to bartend, and they asked me to do it. I've been bar backing. It's time for me to learn. So it kind of depends. You got to read the people. But letting them know, like, hey, I'm still getting my bearings down. A lot of people will appreciate that. It goes a long way. How about things of, like, especially the place you work at, having food at the bar? And
sometimes
does it make it more annoying when there's like plates here and you got to put drinks down and people are trying to order and you got people eating a 5-course fucking steak?
Actually,
and
no.
Shit, no, doesn't
because as a busser, I sometimes had to do running for the kitchen because I'm usually passing by and you scream out hands.
Yeah.
Fucking like the bear kind of shit, just hands. You're traumatized, like fuck, okay.
Yeah, chef.
Yeah, so having that experience of dropping plates or dropping random stuff, or someone tells me I need ketchup, you bring them their ketchup and there's no fucking space, and you're just like, yeah, can you just get that out of the way real quick?
They're just like, no, find a spot for it.
Yeah, so like I get that already, but honestly, what I hate about the food is that since you're at a bar and they're there for drinks and cocktails and all that stuff, you'd assume you come in, I help you, get out.
Yeah.
Pay your tab, just get out. But when they're there having a meal, it's like they expect that full service, like the server, the whole server experience. It's like sometimes, let's say, you two are eating here, but I have a whole crowd behind you.
And you have a full restaurant to take care of too.
So it's so weird how I want to be that one person where I'm like, I'm here to help you, and I could do this all for you, but I also have to help them. Have to get tickets to that well, and it's weird. Like,
it adds another level of stress. For sure, because
and it's not stress where it's like, oh fuck, I can't do this, but it's more like I have to be more considerate and more conscious, like conscious about what I'm doing, because I know I have to multitask. I have to do this, and that's something where I have done before, but this is at a whole different level because it's multiple orders, it's multiple people. It's not just I'm focusing on one thing.
For sure. What do you how do you feel about bar stools?
Bar stools?
Yeah, like
them being present?
Yeah. Do you let me rephrase the question. Do you prefer to have bar stools there so people can sit down and chill, or would you rather them not be there? But is that also depending on the type of night it is for you? Like, if it's busy, do you want bar stools there, or does it get in the way? For me, so here, let me give you an example. For me, at my weekend spot, I don't like the bar stools to be there at all, unless I know it's gonna be a slow night, and I'll put a couple out there. But if it's busy, because we do a lot of events, I'm like, let's get all these bar stools out of here. I don't want people sitting down, crowding the bar, because people that sit down, they're just gonna get in the way. Like, I had somebody charging their phone underneath the bar and they weren't ordering anything. They had one drink, but it's like you're in the service spot where people are coming up. Like I need you to move. So I personally don't like them unless it's gonna be a slow night, like a Monday, Tuesday, or if I'm in a place where I know that it's not gonna be like high volume, then okay, you throw a couple there. I want people to sit there, but I think people can usually stand, and I don't like them there because it's like, all right, you can stand there and talk to me for as long as you want to, and then go find a chair when you feel like you've exhausted your time with me, or you want to go hang out with your people now. So personally, I can do without bar stools. I don't like them. But
I can see, basically I like the feeling of having that whole guest experience, because honestly, I think as a bartender, not only getting quick, knowing my cocktails and doing that, I have to learn how to interact with guests. I have to learn how to like do all this extra things. So I feel like having those bar stools there for now, it's a good thing for me, because I'm just learning how to interact. I'm learning how to talk to them. Maybe sometimes they have questions about the menu, and I'm just like, it's a good practice for me.
Okay.
So as of now, I really like them.
Okay.
Like, but not the whole bar.
So
I like to have a section, like
just one side or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because then you can have the people that do want to come up to the bar and then get out, and then you have those that kind of want to have the dining experience or that whole like.
So like keep the service side clear and then the other side.
Yeah, that would be a smarter way.
I like that. So since you're new and learning, what are the things you're like? What are things that you're running into that you're having problems with? Or things you didn't know? Like what have your eyes been open to? Like
Eyes been open to.
what are you having trouble with learning, and like what are things you're trying to get better at? Because it's been a while since like I had that feeling. I got that feeling when I first got here and got back into it, but I was able to, with muscle memory, just jump right back into it too. Not slowly but surely, but like it was like, okay, I remember how to do this again, and then I was able to get back in my groove. So, is there any struggles that you're having, or is it just like
one struggle I am having is and one thing I do want to get better in, because I'm a fucking perfectionist, to put it that way, is consistency.
Okay.
It's like, as much as I've learned the muscle memory of where my bottles are, where everything is, it's like I have to start getting better at tasting my drinks and making sure that everything's consistent. And like I was realizing this actually just yesterday in my bartending shift. I was talking to my coworker and I'm just like, yo, one thing I have noticed is that for the most part, a lot of people like my cocktails. They tell me it's good, they tell me this, they tell me that. But I actually had one of my first complaints on one of my actual bartending shifts, not just a training that I had or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that it felt tart. And I even straw tested it, I did everything, and I'm just like, to me, it felt great. But then my coworker had a good reply to that. He's like, I get what you're getting at now, but now you have to understand you're gonna have to take this a bit further and learn that your palate is not their palate.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to go above what you feel, because sometimes they're gonna think that there's something else. And I'm like, all right, see, I need that. And now that I'm learning, it's like I need just small tweaks and like that. It's so weird, because if you were to tell me make it sweeter, in my opinion, truly, something too sweet is not great.
Yeah. And
that's one of those things that I have trouble learning. It's just I have to take in consideration of the drinker.
Hey man, that's a good thing to pick up on, especially early on.
Yeah.
I feel like with newer bartenders, they don't pick that up until years, because they're like, well, I like it this way. Everybody should like it that way.
Yeah.
But different strokes for different folks, and that's not going back to the Johnny Sins thing that just got
Get over the stroking patterns, man. You like sleepy arm? Jesus.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying it and liking it. I had this a terrible segue.
Nah, dude. Honestly, what I am enjoying, and I've even told Nando this, like he was the one that kind of put the flame to me becoming a bartender, because I saw the way he worked, I saw the style and the passion that he had, and it's like it made me intrigued into it. It made me want to do it.
Mm-hmm. And
now that I'm there, it's like now I'm realizing that everything he ever said about teamwork and all this other stuff about you have to work together, you have to do this, you have to rely on this. Then that's when you learn that your coworker's a good bartender, a bad bartender, and all that stuff. If fucking even bar backs, dude, I was a bar back and he would have to tell me this shit. And I'm just like, all right. And now that's also what I'm realizing. Is
you don't know until you don't.
Yeah.
Until you're in there.
Actually opening up my eye to that teamwork is important. And it's weird that I didn't understand that more as a bar back. Now that I'm a bartender.
But you know what though? Because you started off as a bar back and were a bar back for a while, it's gonna make you a better bartender, because you know, like the support side, which support for the bartender is bar back. You know how to set yourself up, how to make sure that your bar back will be set up, because you know the motions and everything, set up, prep, whatever it is that you have to do.
Basically.
Yeah, the flow. Thank you. You know the flow and what needs to be done, so you'll be able to coach or direct your bar back to be like, hey, I need this, and this, and this, and everything's gonna flow smoother, and they're gonna learn. So you learn the little things as a bar back that the bartender needs, and then now that you're bartending, you're like, all right, cool, I need this, and this, and then I'll make sure that my bar back knows this and this. Some people just get into bartending and they're like, well, this should all be set up. Why is it set up? Like I'm trying to find a better way to articulate it, but Barbacks definitely make great bartenders, especially if they do it for a while, because you learn all the backside and like if some bartenders never barback, they're just like, well, I just know bartending. I don't know how to barback. I don't know.
The sympathy isn't there.
Yeah. The sympathy isn't there.
I've met people like that they do not sympathize with me, and it's like, all right, well, fuck you. You know, like, fuck that, man. Nah, but it's crazy because actually I was meaning to tell you this earlier about the whole barback situation.
Mm-hmm.
That the only reason why I'm getting so few amount of days is that they ended up hiring a new barback that was supposed to replace me,
mm-hmm.
so that I can get those bartending shifts. And we've had our fair share of a bad barback before. But I shit you not, dude. This fool takes the fucking cake, man.
No way. There's no way.
This fool sits at the end of the fucking bar. Starts singing to the guests because he's feeling a certain way about the fucking song.
He's serenading them?
Yes, well, he tries to serenade us, he tries to serenade the guests. It's like this whole fucking thing. And everybody just like, yo, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, seriously, how do you think this is great? And I'm just like, yo, it's like, and then you see this one spitting game at random guests, and it's like, I miss this other motherfucker that just left.
No.
As much like, and this is where it comes into play. And this is what I really wanted to get at, though. It's that chemistry I have to have with you. It's like the coworkers. If you want to have a good team, you have to have good chemistry. Fuck, anything plays off of that. But when you're gonna come into work every fucking day, act like a fool, and then still not fucking work.
Oh my god.
It's like, yo, it's something else to me. It's baffling.
No, for him singing his work, he's trying to make it. He's in there trying to find his...
Make it till you make it, but fuck.
Can he sing well or no?
No.
Oh, shit.
No. He's a rapper, I'll give him that much, but not a singer. It gets annoying.
Oh, man. He's trying to do the harmonizing shit.
And well, that would be my question to you. You can shed some light to this. It's like, how do you deal with chemistry with these? Like this is really my big thing because it plays into a bigger part. But
how do I deal with it? I guess the way I go about it is in the beginning, I try to. It's more about like social cues and stuff. Like if they're doing something and it's like annoying you, whatever, just like don't respond to it to kind of pick up that social cue. Like, hey, I'm not reacting to this, so that should be an indicator. Like you shouldn't do this. And if they can't pick up on it, then you gotta tell them like, hey, it's kind of distracting a little bit. It kind of throws us off. The guests are a little uncomfortable. Like you just gotta find a nice way to say it. And if that doesn't work, you gotta tell them like, hey man, you singing, like you can't be doing that here. Like this isn't the place where we're here to work. So sometimes some people you can be nice to, and then they pick it up and they're like, okay, no, I get it. And some people you gotta hurt their feelings, man. Sometimes you gotta just be like, hey. Yo, I know you're trying to sing, and there's a time for that, but we're here to work, and that's just, you got the person in front of me who's kind of just asking me about it, and I'm like, hey, sorry, man. Blame it on the guests. Be like, hey, the guests are singing, like they're wondering why you're singing. They're trying to have a conversation. Now they can hear you singing. Like blame it on the guests. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Dude, sometimes you just gotta be blunt.
Honestly, I want to be if somebody else hasn't already. Like that's how bad. Like
nobody has because he's still doing it. Nobody's made him feel embarrassed about it. I'm not saying embarrass him, but nobody's brought it up. That's why he's still doing it. Or maybe somebody has, and he's like, okay, then I gotta get better at it. I gotta do better. It gives him an invitation to keep trying harder until somebody's like, oh man, I fucking love the way you're singing. Somebody's gotta tell him like, hey man.
And we're at a bar, you get those fucking drunk ass people. Man, you sing pretty great.
Yeah.
You're just like, fuck. Don't encourage him, please, dude.
Oh my god, that's fucking.
So besides the singing, it's just me picking up the slack now.
Yeah.
It's like, you think the singing would be bad enough? It's like, it's gotten to the point where this guy's just.
Wait, that's not the worst of it?
No, I'm telling you the funny of it. Now there's the worst of it.
Oh. Okay, all right.
So, you like playing hide and seek? It's a game of fucking tag with our managers and this kid, dude. I'm in this back service waffle and I'm just like, yo, I need this. Can you find him for me? They come back to me like 10 minutes later. I can't find this fool. I don't know where the fuck this fool is. I don't know what the hell he's doing. This fool strolls in like 2 minutes later. What's up, hey fool? Where you been? Oh, I was just back there actually. I'm like, have you checked on the other bars? Nah. And I'm just like, what? Why? He's like, oh, because I was actually doing this real quick. And he starts telling me what he was doing, and I'm just like,
shut up, I need ice.
yeah, and I'm just like, yo, can you go get this for me real quick? Disappears for another 20, 30 minutes. Comes back, I brought you this. Where's this? Give me a second.
Hold on.
Dips.
Did you ask him for Shandon and he brought you
Hey,
Shandon?
oh, my boy. Every time I look,
I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna leave now, you know?
I'm sorry. You know what? I kind of wish Fernando was in this episode for that, because that happened to him. So for context,
hey, I did not know what Chambord was, okay?
But now you know,
Yeah.
and it makes it funnier. For context, there was one trip that those two were working together. It was kind of busy, so Nando asked him for Shandon, which is champagne. So he goes and he brings back Chambord, which is a liqueur.
Raspberry liqueur, now that I know. It's like,
so that's what that feels like.
we had just changed champagnes. You can't blame me, guys. There was a miscommunication here.
But did you have that moment where like, oh shit, that's what Nando felt?
Yeah.
Now you do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to put you on the spotlight.
No,
like that, but
you see, but that's what I'm learning.
that came to
It's
mind
like,
immediately.
oh my god. It's like, and I get it though.
We've come full circle.
Honestly, yeah. Now I'm the bartender bitching at the bar back, and I was that bar back. Fuck.
Yeah. So that's what that feels like.
Yeah, seriously.
So, now that you're bartending, do you, this happened to me this past weekend, I think, last weekend. So, prices and everything are on the menu, right? As far as the ingredients, we've talked about it in an episode where people are like, well, what's in it? It's on the menu. People ask for prices, it's on the menu. And I served somebody margarita. On the menu, it says $10, right? So bring it to him. I'm like, or it says like $9.99 or $9. $9. It says $9. So bring it to him. Like, here you go. I'm like, and he goes to pay. He's like, how much? I'm like, it's 11. It's like 11, but it says $9 right here. I'm like, yeah, tax. We live in America. We live in America. The tax is not included on the price. And he wasn't a foreigner. He wasn't a foreigner. Let me just say that right there. Born and raised here in America, somewhere in these states, maybe California. I don't know. All I know is that you've been here long enough to know that the tax is not included on the price tag. So, but do you ever have people question you about the prices? Be like, what do you mean it's $22? It says it's 20 on the menu. Yeah, motherfucker, there's tax. Come on, man. Uncle Sam got to get his own. He got to get everything, little piece of everything. Do you ever have that?
Not yet, actually.
No?
All I've gotten was just those, since it's the fine dining establishment, those high prices. So when they ask for a shot of something, you know, of upper class, then they look at the bill. It's like $80. Like, the fuck? Then they give you this face like, really? I'm like, cool. Just turn back. I'm just like, all right.
Did you not look at the prices?
Exactly.
Hey, look at the prices, please.
I told you to look at our menu.
Yeah. You're like, nah, 1942. What do you mean it's $60 a shot? Yeah, man, it's 1942. And then the place that depending on the place you're at, depends on the price.
Yeah, or just not even ask if we have a well or anything like that. So you get the cheaper price.
Yeah.
And then just ask for it off the top. I need this exact thing. And then they still look at you with a dumbass face like, oh, fuck.
Because Patron over here may cost more than Patron over there. Again, going back to what we said in previous episodes, know where you're at. Just know where you're at and plan accordingly. Make sure your wallet is able to sustain that. One thing, this happened to me last week as well. So in the place you work at, I know it's a little bit more. What's the word?
Faux bougie.
No, not bougie. It's more common. I went to order some food for my break, right? And we were moderately busy, you know? But the place I work at is not fine dining like the place you work at, you know? It's got like just regular bar food, burgers, wings, stuff like that. Things that can be cooked in 15 minutes. So I know there are some food orders that have been put in there, and my boss asked me to go on break. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna put in some food. And my boss told me like, okay, let me just check with the cook to make sure it's okay. And I'm like, but why? A couple of reasons. One, I'm like, it's just a burger. Two, what's the difference if I put the order in and if a customer puts the order in? It's still got to get made. So that, I've never understood that, and I would like a chef to be here to kind of chime in on that too.
I would agree with you.
But I'm gonna ask you, because I know you've worked more with the kitchen than I have. Like, I don't understand, like, why do we have to ask the kitchen if it's okay to order food for the staff? Because it doesn't fucking matter. The ticket's gonna come up. They're not gonna know who it's for.
Even if we pay, you're still getting paid for said food.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, they don't know who it's for. They just see, like, okay, fries and fucking sliders. Okay, cool. Fries and sliders, fries and sliders, fries and sliders. Wait a minute. Did a bartender order that fries and sliders? No. They gotta fucking wait. Like, I'll wait. I don't care. No. You gotta wait till we clear everything here and we're done for the day. Yeah, no, you gotta fucking wait.
Oh, are you?
They're not gonna know. Like, I don't understand that, because I know you've ordered food from work, right? Have you ever been told like, oh, like, go check with the chef to make sure it's okay?
Not until recently.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard through the grapevine, but we now have limited access to the menu. So no prem cuts, no certain specific foods, like
even if you're paying for it?
Even if we're paying for it. And
which you obviously always are paying for, but
yeah, obviously. And then another fucked up thing is, like, even on like a busy night, Friday, Saturday, they're not allowing us to order food. And if we do, it's gonna get the very end of the night.
I don't understand that. I really want us to get a chef on here to clear up some of these questions that I have, because I have a lot of questions about the kitchen. But I don't understand that. So if any chefs that are our viewers or listeners can chime in or want to come in here and explain to us kitchen culture, because the way I look at it, like I said, it's like, it's got to be made regardless. So you're not going to know who it's coming from. You just see the ticket and what needs to be made. Why does it fucking matter? If I order the burger or the guest orders the burger, why does it fucking matter? I know the guest food got to be put out quicker, but you're just seeing the ticket. You don't know.
And it's like, I agree with you though.
Well, there's table numbers on there, but you know what I mean.
No, yeah, but this is the thing though. This is one day that ticked me off too, like, on this subject, is that, they started selling tomahawks, right? Who the fuck doesn't like a tomahawk? And us as staff, as front of the house, it's the best way I can put it, is that front of the house can't order the tomahawk. That we're not allowed to, because it's a limited amount. And in my head, I'm just like, dude, I don't even care if I get a discounted price. I want to eat a fucking tomahawk. If I have the money, I'm assuming you'll accept it. But
yeah.
Not according to them. The tomahawks are for a guest experience, are for people that are not part of the company. Although, when they finally finalized their fucking special, which was like a surf and turf tomahawk, back of house could buy one. Yeah. So we've always been told front of house we can't buy tomahawks, but then I come back in from the fucking bar backing one night because I have to pass through the pass, and then I see them serving up a plate of tomahawk to the back of the house, and I'm just like, no shade to the back of the house, because that really is a manager decision. Like, I'm not gonna get jealous because you are the one cooking the food.
Yeah.
But why is it that me, as a front of the house, I can't get it even though I'm gonna pay you off this money? You're not losing any kind of fucking revenue. Right. You're not.
Even if they were to charge you full price.
Yeah, even if they were to charge me full price, because I understand it's a big steak, it's expensive, and you expect your money. I get it. But why is it that I am not allowed, as an employee of the company, to buy it when there's leftover at the end of the night, especially on a Saturday, when you're not going to use them till the next fucking weekend?
I don't know.
It's
like for that situation, it's like okay, maybe the chef was rewarding the kitchen staff for a
they
great
paid.
night. So
no, they paid.
Everybody in the kitchen paid to.
They one person decided and asked if he could buy it. They said yes, so everybody pitched in. And I'm just like, why am I still denied a tomahawk and they're allowed to pay for it if they're paying for it?
That's a little odd. Yeah, that doesn't sit right with me. I can say this, but fuck that place you work at. Fuck that place 24/7 every day till it's backwards. I don't give a fuck. You was your bullshit. That's stupid.
Yeah, man. I don't know. There's some practices there that just annoy me. Don't make sense. And
how's your knowledge with wine?
With wine?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Still.
I'm not the greatest, to be honest. I have red wine drinkers in my family, but they're so obscure that I've never got to try anything. So now that I'm here at this position, I know nothing about that, even though I like eating steaks.
Okay. Have you run into people that are particular? I mean, wine drinkers in general are particular.
Very. Someone asked me for a Sauvignon. I thought a Sauvignon Blanc. He meant a Cabernet. And I'm like, why the fuck didn't you say a Cabernet? Just like, yo, what the fuck? You tell me Sauv, I'm gonna think Sauvignon Blanc because you say that Sauvignon first.
Yeah.
And then he just gives me this face like, I meant Cabernet. I'm like, why the fuck didn't you say so?
Well, my wine knowledge isn't that great, but generally people that drink Sauvignon Blanc will say like Sauv Blanc or something like that. But that's funny as hell. The reason I bring it up is that again last week I was actually a server. I was working as a server. Yeah, I fucking hate it. I hate serving.
Not bad with your check pad and everything, you know?
Dude, I fucking hate it. No, we use iPads and stuff, but I hate serving. I'm really bad at it. But so this one lady asked me for like this specific wine. She asked for a Sauvignon Blanc. I was like, well, we don't have Sauvignon Blanc. We had this and that. She's like, okay, or no. She asked for a Sauvignon Blanc. I'm like, okay, well, we have this Chenin Blanc. So she's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll take that. I was like, okay, I went and grabbed it, and then gave it to her. She liked it. She's like, oh, yeah, this is great. And then I came back around, did my rounds or whatever, and then the other person she was with, she's like, oh, I'll take a Sauvignon Blanc. Or no. What did she say? No, I fucked up. No. She asked for a Sauvignon Blanc, gave her a Chenin Blanc. So then, fuck. No. Rewind. Sorry, I'm fucking up here. She asked for a Chenin Blanc and gave her a Riesling. So, to her, she thought she was drinking a Chenin Blanc. So the person next to her, she's like, oh, well, I'll take a Chenin Blanc. Well, she's like, oh, we'll try this one. She's like, oh, I like that. I was like, yeah. I was like, well, that's actually a Riesling. And then the woman that ordered it, she was like, oh, no. She's like, no, this is a Chenin Blanc. I would know a Riesling. Clearly you don't, because you're drinking Riesling right now and you think it's a Chenin. So, because my coworker brought it out, so we kind of had that moment where we looked at each other. We were like, she's giving it to her, and I'm standing there like, and we both just kind of walked away. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll go get it for you.
It reminds me just like, this is fresh spring water. You're just getting tapped, sir. Like, you ain't gonna fucking know. What the fuck?
And the thing is like, I feel like wine drinkers, like to think that they're like,
they're the shit.
Yeah, yes and no. But at the end of the day, if I give you something, unless you have been a sommelier or whatever, I don't think you're really gonna be able to tell the difference. It's if it's subtle enough. Like if it's white, it's just gonna be white. Obviously, there's a difference between like dry and sweeter. Like you can tell that difference. But like if you ask for a Chenin Blanc and I gave you a Riesling, clearly you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I thought that moment was funny because she said it. She had this smug look on her face and everything, and she was this older white lady. So she was like, oh no. She's like, no, this is the Chenin Blanc. I know Riesling.
With the,
She was swirling it around.
With the twirls. Yes.
She's like, yeah, no, this isn't a Riesling. I know Riesling. Like, and I held my composure because I wanted to laugh in her fucking face so much just for being so smug about it. And I'm like, I'll go get you what you asked for.
Yes, man.
And then me and my coworker went and laughed about it later. Just
yes, that backroom laugh and nobody sees you.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
That
So
guy.
if you guys are like one of those people that are smug, just know we're laughing.
Very much. Even if there's a curtain and there's probably a 25% chance you can hear us, we're still laughing at that fucking backroom.
That fucking curtain.
Guarantee.
I know what you're talking about.
Yep.
But to kind of like wrap it up here, oh fuck, I had a segue and I forgot it. It's a thing we're doing. We're drinking every time we say segue.
I gotta stop saying Segway though, because then I think of Subway. Fuck.
You said the thing. I didn't get a chance to ring the bell. I wanted to. I completely forgot. But yeah, just to wrap it up here, unlike Johnny Sins. Yeah, I just want to say it was honestly great having you here. We've been wanting to have you here for a minute, and it kind of just worked out perfectly how now you're in a bartending position. You got to share your experience with it. Now, how long have you been doing it?
I would want to say 3 months, but it's more like a month.
Okay. It's like a soft 2?
A soft one.
So it's great to have you here because you listen and you know our perspective, and now being in that position, now you get that perspective too. So it's really cool, and I'm happy for you that you're bartending, because when we were working together, and the way you work and how you retain information and how you analyze things and view things, in the back of my mind, I always thought like, oh, he's gonna be a great bartender, because the way you take notes and this and that, I knew you would be good.
Thank you.
In my personal opinion, the place you're at, I don't think will mold you into a great one, but you'll do great there, if that makes sense.
Makes sense.
So I think personally, get what you can from that place, go somewhere else and kill it there. But I always had a feeling like you would be a really dope bartender. So
thank you.
Just want to give you your flowers.
There goes my confidence boost for the week. Yeah, man. Fuck yeah, because I got a bartending shift tomorrow, so.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
And you got any last thoughts or?
Any last thoughts?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just, all I really do want to say is that I do appreciate coming on, you know? And I'm glad that I could actually say some stuff now that I'm like, I know I'm just a year and a half into this industry. I'm loving it. I mean, you, Nando, y'all showed me a different side of it. I'm meeting different people, new people all the fucking time. And it's fun because I've now noticed that I lived a very sheltered life, a very small shell of a life before coming into this industry. And it's made me grow up and grow into a different person. I mean, like, kicking it with y'all is just something else that's completely different for me. I don't always do it all the time. Like, damn, we went 2-3 months not talking.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, like but that's just who I am. But I know that the friendships I've made in this industry, and I know if there's anybody that wants to get into this industry, I highly guarantee it will bring out something out of you. It's gonna bring something out of you, and it's gonna be better for yourself. I guarantee it, man.
I love that.
It's a fun industry, and you're not alone out there.
And it's fun bartending. Yeah. Because now you're just not like just in behind the scenes. You know, you're right there. You're the face.
And I will tell you this much: I was not a good tipper. I'm learning.
Yeah, 20%, baby. 20%.
Fuck that. Every time someone gives me a computer, 25%, just because I already fucking know. Fuck that 20%. I already know. I hate being stiffed at the bar, man. You have like $100 tab and you tip $1. Fuck you, buddy. Man, you know who you people are. Fuck that.
All right, well, that'll be it for us. Take care, guys. We'll see you next time.
Later.
Peace.